Has One podcast. We are back.
Yes.
Another week. So much going on in the world of sports. I'm your host, Jason Flake. My co-host, Lance Reynolds, aka the People's Champ.
What up, though?
I want to start the show like we always do, man. Thanking y'all for another fantastic week of engagement. We added many subscribers, man. Over 22,000 views over the past 7 days, man. Y'all were outstanding with the engagement. We appreciate y'all so very much. So many comments, man. So many likes, man. Y'all, a lot of going back and forth in the comment section. Obviously, my my comments about AJ Brown got a lot of traction.
Oh man.
And we'll touch on that later on in the show. But thank y'all so very much. Remember to continue to like, share, and subscribe. That's Everybody Has the #1 sports podcast on YouTube. That's Everybody Has One. Everywhere else, that's Facebook, that's Instagram, that's TikTok, that's Twitch. Y'all make sure y'all continue to engage with us on all of those sites. And if there are topics that you would like to hear us discuss, please reach out on any one of those platforms, man, in the direct messages as a follower, and we will be sure to get those on. So much to discuss, man. So little time.
Yeah,
I
man.
do want to get into the Lions. This is obviously a Detroit-based podcast, man. A lot going on in Detroit sports, man. Right now. But I want to first touch on the Lions, man. Obviously, they defeated the Cincinnati Bengals over this past weekend. Pretty easy victory as far as I'm concerned. They did what they were supposed to do. Pretty easy fashion. I'm trying to get that final score. 37-24. I had a brain fart for a minute. Beat them 37-24. Scored over 30 again. Jared Goff had another outstanding game. I think I read a stat that he's the first quarterback through 5 weeks to throw 12 touchdowns, have over a 120 quarterback rating, and complete 75% of his passes since Peyton Manning did it. I think they're the only two quarterbacks in history to have done that, to complete that feat. So he's obviously leading the league in completion percentage, second in quarterback rating to only Lamar Jackson. So, he's off to a great start. But I'll take your impressions of the game. I thought it was a good win. I thought that at stretches we played down to the competition just a little bit. But we did, again, take another injury at cornerback. We'll do a little bit of an injury update as well during this segment. But I'll take your impressions of the game, man. How'd you feel about it? What'd you see, man? Is there anything that you saw that concerned you? Things that you to be cleaned up? Were you happy with the victory? Et cetera, man. You know the drill.
Oh yeah. Well, for sure, all wins are great wins, or a good win. I think this
especially
one,
on the road.
Yeah, for sure. And again, I think this one could have been a trap game per se.
Yeah.
But thankfully, Jake Browning was Browning all over the field and determined, to contribute to a Lions victory.
Jake Doodle Browning.
Man, that brother was rough to watch, man. I mean, that was he was rough to watch. But to your point, the Lions, offensively, they seem to be clicking on all cylinders. Kind of featured D. Montgomery a lot. This game, which was cool. Him being back in the hometown. I just, again, as a Lions fan, sometimes I'm kind of taken aback by the fact that we're in the position now where we're doing some of the things that we're doing.
Yeah,
no
doubt.
Like all of the cute stuff on offense, all of the trick plays, the direct snap and all of that stuff, and pistol formations. And, it's cool. It's a cool time to be a Lions fan. My biggest concern is I would guess would probably be one of yours. The injuries.
Yes, absolutely.
Especially at corner. It's it's a concern.
Yep.
It's one of those things where we're just now getting into October.
Yep.
And the bodies are starting to pile up. Basically, your starting corners are going to be out for an extended amount of time.
Yep. So I'll stick a quick injury update in here. Tyrion Arnold did get a second opinion on his shoulder. It's not as bad as previously believed. So he could be back within a month.
Right.
And DJ Reed even though he's on injured reserve, he's expected to be back around week 10.
Week 10, right.
Yeah.
Right.
So I love it. With the way that the offense is rolling, I would love to keep both of them out till no sooner than Thanksgiving.
Yeah,
I don't want to rush either one of them back. And then we're gonna get McNeil back this coming week. Looks like no later than maybe a week after this one. Which will help our interior pass rush because he's a great interior passer. He's not a good interior pass rusher. He's a great interior pass rusher, and the pass rush has been good as it is. So I don't want to step on your commentary, but I just wanted to stick that in there.
No, because that's important. Because again, to your point with the Tyrion Arnold injury, that indefinitely part kind of scares me a little bit. Like, how urgent do we need? To make the issue of addressing that in terms of having a body there. I see that they called up Arthur Mollett from the practice squad, but it's like, and then even with Amik Robinson and Rock Yassin, they both got dinged up last week.
Yeah, I know, right?
So it's like, our replacement guys are getting beat up.
Yep.
So my thing is not necessarily do we panic, but do we just kind of throw a filler out there to maybe address that?
Yeah,
because like you say, with McNeil coming back, I'm comfortable with the pass rush.
Yeah.
I'm even comfortable with the second layer of the defense.
Right.
I mean, Anzalone's looking healthy now; he's looking good. Derek Barnes has been playing well.
Yep.
I mean, as long as you don't put him in a one-on-one situation with a running back, Jack Campbell.
Right.
Has been playing.
Yeah, he's been good. Yeah, I think the linebacker level, Derek Barnes he's actually been really good.
Right. That's what I was, so again, not to panic, but if that's something where it's like, let's check out some other rosters and see if maybe we can.
Like who's going to be having a fire sale here at some point soon, right. You look at a Miami, you look at a Tennessee, you start to look at teams that are going to want to be selling off some of their pieces.
Yeah.
Hell, maybe even the Jets, you know what I'm saying? Maybe make a call on Sauce. I know he makes a lot of money.
Bring Sauce home.
He just got $120 million contract. So I don't know if you want to be in for that.
I mean, why not?
Because the same reason they didn't want to sign, they didn't want to sign Zadarius Smith for $2 million.
Yeah, but I mean, Zadarius Smith was at a different point in his career.
In terms of course, yes. I'm not saying
Sauce is worth every penny.
Of course, I'm not saying that Zadarius Smith is Sauce Gardner, but the point that I'm making is the reluctance to spend money is because you got Laporta, Gibbs, Hutch.
You still got to pay those guys.
Still got so many guys coming up to be paid that they don't even want to spend $2 million on, again, Zeitler, who was playing Pro Bowl level guard, even though, it seems like that was the right decision because Ratledge and Mahogany are rounding in the form.
Starting to round in the form. It was a rough week one, but
but they've looked great since. But so like they're reluctant to, because I think they're trying to keep every dollar of cap room in order to be able to re-sign the guys that we have. So,
if that's the reason, I mean, I can co-sign and agree with that.
That's what I'm thinking. So that listen, would I love a Sauce Gardner? Like, do I think that catapults us into like we're already the Super Bowl favorite. We both picked the Lions to go to and win the Super Bowl when we were doing our picks. I stand by. I feel more comfortable with that now than I did at the time that I made the pick.
We're playing the best football in the NFL.
Of course. And obviously if you, I mean, we speaking in hypotheticals, I don't think that this has a good chance of happening, but obviously if you add an Ahmad Sauce Gardner into the mix, that catapults our chances because now you can do all kinds of exotic things with a pass rush that's already getting home, a rush defense that's already in the top 10. And again, we talked about it. It's one of the best rush defenses in the NFL when we're healthy. Part of the reason is because the offense is so good that you kind of got to stop running the ball, after the first half because we're going to put up, 21 to 24 points in the first half. So you got to try to keep up with us. So that means throwing the ball. So I digress, man, because I didn't want to step on
hey man, that's a good like Madden scenario.
Right.
You know what I mean? Like if that could happen, that would be amazing.
Yeah, but I'm just thinking about the teams that are really struggling because the Jets are 0-5. So
for sure.
They might be looking to sell off some pieces and get some picks.
Yep. I hear you there. And I mean, but outside of that, I mean, offensively, again, to your point, I mean, we were able to impose our will yet again.
Yeah.
We were able to do, a deep dive into the playbook.
Yeah.
Get into some extra exotic stuff. I think the only thing, again, that was glaring was the JMO thing.
Yeah.
I think one target, maybe two.
Yeah. I mean, I think he had one catch for 9 yards and a rushing yard. So,
and it's like, and again, I give him credit because JMO doesn't short you on effort.
No,
he doesn't cheat. He doesn't cheat his team. He doesn't cheat himself. He goes out, he blocks, he runs his routes out, and he's playing the right way.
Yep.
So, again, I don't want to make it more than what it is, but we did just give the young man an extension.
So I think that,
and to your point with the Sauce Gardner thing, hypothetically, now we're not just like targeting, we're just using this as like the obvious shiny hypothetical and variable in the hypothetical.
Yeah.
But with that happening, and this need that we have at the corner that has been trending for the past few seasons with the injuries,
a very quality scenario. So trading him for Gardner back, because I just said that the Jets have one quality pass catcher. I just said that.
I mean,
they have one quality pass. They have Garrett Wilson. That's it.
I mean,
from there, it drops off exponentially.
I mean, I'm just saying, like,
now on the side note, I have Garrett Wilson on my fantasy team. So, and I'm number 1 in my league right now. So that helps me out. That helps me out greatly. So I don't want to see JMO over there for selfish reasons.
Right. And
but that's true.
Right. And so it is.
That is true, though. They need another pass catcher in the worst way.
And then you look at the Lions, you see who did catch that last touchdown for the Lions.
Yeah, was it Tesla? Yeah,
I'm just saying.
Yeah, I mean, listen. No, I mean, like, that's not a crazy thought, because we talked about this before we got on camera. Since week 1, you notice that in week 1, Green Bay played cloud coverage on us. A lot was made of that, where they just kind of, everybody drops and they make you throw the ball underneath. And I think that to John Morton's credit, we've done a good job of adjusting to that. But a lot of teams have played it on us, like not as much as Green Bay did in that first week. Green Bay kind of plays that as their base coverage. So it gave us a lot more trouble.
Right.
But and the way you beat cloud coverage, by the way, screen passes, running the ball, tunnel screen to the wide receiver, a lot of underneath stuff. But
everybody's got a block of the unit.
Correct. Yeah. And we kind of talked about that. We didn't see a lot of screen passes, didn't see a lot of tunnel screens, didn't see a lot of stuff underneath, didn't see a lot of underneath creativity in that first game. And we've seen a lot more creativity underneath since then.
Mm-hmm.
But I think teams and I think J-Mo suffers with that kind of coverage because it's really designed to take away everything over the top.
Mm-hmm.
Because when you take away everything, because when you get stuff over the top, that's really when the offense opens up.
Oh, yeah.
And our offense is good enough as it is. You don't really want us to be able to open up, because when we can move those safeties,
Yeah.
and we can start peeling off that top layer, then all of a sudden the Laportas and even the Brock Wrights and the Teslas.
Yeah, we are spoiled with a lot of individual talent at the skill positions where guys can just get open just off ability alone. So to your point.
So I think that teams just really come in and really want to take away that over the top. Now, again, we got the best running back duo in football, so we can hurt you in other ways.
Yeah,
so
we're like still getting 34 a night.
Like if you want to leave two safeties high and drop your corners, that's cool, because then that means a light box for the running backs.
Mm-hmm.
The running game is starting to get heated up. We got a great offensive line. We have a power running attack. We can change the pace because we got two real good backs.
And we'll always, if need be, twist the knife with Saint.
Yeah, and because he's not a deep threat for everything that he does.
He's the knife twister.
Yes, for everything that he does, he's not really that deep threat. So he can just work you underneath. He can work you on the short over routes and on the dig routes and on the comeback. So I think that's true. That's very, very true. That we have a lot of ways that we can hurt you, but I think teams they've played at least some cloud coverage. Everybody's done it. Cleveland did it a little bit because I think that on that one bad pass that golf through, there was a safety high, back there, and he misplaced the ball, but there was a couple of defenders back really staying high. They really are trying hard to take J-Mo away. So I just think if we continue to be patient, teams will have to, because we putting up major
they're going to have
numbers.
to adjust to something. And again, this is not me campaigning to get Jameson Williams out of town.
No. I love J-Mo. I think we're good. I think that we'll be fine. I'm actually encouraged by the fact that DJ Reed is estimated to be back around week 10.
Mm-hmm.
We could get Tyrion Arnold back within a month, even though I hope we don't rush him back. Let him heal all the way up. I would like not to see him until Thanksgiving at the earliest. Let's just keep him out, get him all the way healed up. I think Amik and Rock Yassin, like you said, providing that they can remain healthy, I think we should be fine. With that being said, for the first time all year, I'm nervous.
Oh, okay. Tell me why.
Because the Chiefs are 2-3.
Okay.
They ain't gonna want to go to 2-4.
Got you.
Arrowhead is still a hard place to go and get a win.
It is.
They still got Patrick Mahomes and Andy Reid.
Yeah.
They've still won 3 out of the last 4 Super Bowls.
Mm-hmm.
Or 3 out of the last 5.
And Chris Jones is here in the chatter.
Listen, they all here in the chatter. They just got embarrassed on
But
national
I think him
TV.
specifically, as being their leader on defense.
Yeah. There's a lot of cause for concern. I'm deeply concerned. For the first time all year, I'm nervous about this particular game.
Okay.
There's a real chance we could lose. Not that I think we will, because Dan Campbell has exhibited time and again that he's got the ability to get the guys ready and to get us ready for the particular opponent that we're playing. But we're going to have to be dialed in and locked in all game. But as we've discussed, got the injuries at corner.
Right.
They probably have the fastest receiving trio in football. They got 3 guys that run a sub 4.3.
Yeah.
Xavier Worthy, Tyquan Thornton, and Hollywood Brown. They all run sub 4.3. And we have problems with one fast receiver.
Yeah, that's true.
And that's with all of the corners healthy, we was having trouble with one fast receiver. They got 3 of them. Patrick Mahomes is still playing at an MVP level, despite the fact that, he has had a couple of miscues that are un-Patrick Mahomes like. I thought that pick 6 was insane.
Yeah, oh man,
that was just a bad throw. Yeah, that was it was a great individual defensive play. Don't get me wrong. I don't want to take anything away from Devin Lloyd, but it was a bad throw. It was a horrible throw. It was like he dropped back and just let it go without it looking. And typically Patrick Mahomes sees it before he lets it go because he processes very fast. But that was a bad throw. And, listen, it's the NFL. So, the NFL players are still going to make plays. But I'm nervous about that one, man. I don't know how you feel about it.
I mean, going against Patrick Mahomes should always give you, cause to pause.
Yeah, no doubt.
He's that good. But with that being said, if Patrick Mahomes is going to continue to be the Kansas City Chiefs leading rusher against the Detroit Lions, belts to asses.
So you say it's going to be bad.
If he continues to be, this could be the week that Pacheco goes off. Don't get me wrong. Like, these are still the Chiefs.
Yeah.
But in terms of if they're coming into this week with the same game plan or the same execution tendencies that they've had, this throughout this season against this defense, belts to asses.
Yeah. I mean, listen, that's true. I think that, there's definitely a strategy. I think, as I said before, Dan Campbell will have a game plan. We will be ready, but we going into a snake pit against a desperate team.
Yes, for sure.
That has the ability to win. They know how to win. They know how to scratch these games out. We beat them the last time we were in there. That's another thing. There's a revenge factor. I just think that, we're going to have to play an A+ game to get this one. We're going to have to play an A+ game. We're going to have to play a turnover-free game, A+ game, in order to be able to go in there and get this one. We're going to have to play good complementary football. We're going to have to be mindful on defense. Guys are not going to be able to gamble. We're going to have to play a really good game. But it's not, it's not outside of the realm of possibility for us. I'm not saying that we're going to go in there and get blown out. I don't believe that it's impossible. It wouldn't shock me if we won the game, but this is the first time that I'm a little bit nervous.
I mean, don't get me wrong. Like, out of all the things that's going on with Kansas City, the one constant outside of Pat Mahomes, Andy Reid, is Steve Spagnuolo.
Yeah.
That
defense,
like, he has shown time and time again to have a specific game plan for a particular offense and a scheme. He's shown to have that ability.
Yeah.
I mean, he's seen it all pretty much.
Yep.
But he specializes in that, in just like stopping the one thing that you do.
Yeah.
He's really great at that. But I think the Lions just do so many, like,
I was gonna say we don't do just one thing.
But I think but to our earlier discussion, could this be the week that J-Mo goes off? Because now you're focusing in, you're bringing more guys, you're loading the box up.
Right.
So now
and McDuffie is gonna be on St. Brown. But
so
it ain't gonna matter. Nobody can stop St. Brown.
So again, like, if the Chiefs, muster up and conjure up, the spirits of Chiefs of old. But like I said, if they come in there off that same BS that they've been on the last couple of weeks, they're gonna have a problem.
Yeah, man. So I hope you're right, man. And all my cause for concern is all for naught. We keeping our eyes peeled, obviously, on the Lions. We will review the Chiefs game when we meet again. Man, let's talk. Let's stay in the NFL for a little bit, man, because a lot happened this week. Let's talk a little bit about the Eagles.
Okay.
They got humbled by the Denver Broncos. Denver Broncos went in there and obviously got the win on the Eagles this weekend. Very strange game, but I did want to follow up with talking about the Eagles because we got so much traction off that clip discussing AJ Brown.
Jamel Green is after you, dude.
Jamel Dean, yeah.
Like Jamel Dean is after you.
I wasn't saying that to say that Jamel Dean was not a decent cornerback. I was saying that to say that if a great receiver is getting one-on-one coverage, I don't care who it is. Justin Jefferson was getting one-on-one coverage with Denzel Ward, who is a great corner. But Justin Jefferson was killing Denzel Ward. It doesn't matter. These receivers are so good. The good ones, the really good ones, when they get one-on-one coverage, they beat it. Did you see George Pickens against the aforementioned Ahmad Sauce Gardner?
Yeah.
He beat him on a deep ball. Great receiver. It's just like in baseball. Great pitching beats great hitting. Like it's great receivers because of the way that the rules are. You can't touch them past a certain point, the physicality. A great receiver is just going to beat a good corner.
Yeah.
They are. That's just how it works. And that's just how it is. Jamel Dean played. We played Tampa last year. He was on the field with St. Brown because somebody said, man, Jamel Dean is that guy. Amon-Ra St. Brown had 11 catches for 119 yards. It don't matter. It doesn't matter. The really good receivers are going to eat. It doesn't matter about your corner. I know I got love for our corners, man. Listen, the really good receivers are going to eat. That's just what it is. And I hope it ain't true every time our guys step on the floor, but this is the NFL, man. These receivers are that good.
So, how do you explain 5 catches for 43 yards this week?
I mean, listen, Patrick Surtain Jr. is the reigning defensive player of the year, but we did see AJ Brown give up on a route. He actually hit an in and up and was open, and the ball came. He just gave up on the route. It appeared that he gave up on the route. Listen, I'm gonna just say, man, and by the way, Jalen Hurts dropped back to throw it 40 times this week. Yep. Saquon Barkley only got 6 carries. So they highly overcorrected and still 5 catches for 43 yards. I think he got targeted 8 times and got 5 catches. That's not a bad ratio, but you would think that you would have more than 43 yards. His long this year is 38. I'm telling you, to me, you might not be the same receiver anymore. Is the only point that I'm making, because Devontae Smith on the other side had over 100 yards receiving.
Yep.
It's not that Jalen Hurts can't throw the ball anymore.
Amen. Preach.
That's all I was saying. And again, Stephon Diggs caught some shrapnel, and Stephon Diggs said, "Hey man, hold my beer, bro. Yeah. I'm still a number 1 receiver." Yeah. He went berserk on Sunday night. Stephon, I wasn't intending to say that Stephon Diggs was still not a quality receiver. I was just saying that sometimes the receiver slows down and they're the last ones to know. Obviously, Stephon Diggs was a bad example because I ain't slowed down nothing.
Listen.
Cardi B having my baby, and I'm still a young man. Let's not forget. But no, yeah, so he went crazy. But
yeah, he showed out.
But I digress, man. I wanted to address that, man. I don't know if you had anything on the Eagles offense.
Well, no, I think we pretty much broke it down last week.
Yeah,
they obviously, to me, started listening to the press clippings.
Yes, sir.
And started, one of the old sayings: if it ain't broke, don't fix it, man.
Yeah.
They were winning games. And the thing about it is, so what if it wasn't looking sexy?
I know.
If you look at their efficiency numbers with those wins, they were efficient offensively. So why are you going to overcorrect what was working for you guys?
No, you're right.
So, it's pretty much to be expected, to your point with Jalen Hurts going back to throw 40 times. Jalen Hurts, I think, to me, at this point in his career, has shown that he should have, carte blanche to just run an offense.
Right.
In collaboration with the offensive coordinator.
Yeah.
At every stage of his career that we've seen Jalen Hurts in the spotlight, he has shown the ability to adapt, adjust, and achieve.
Yeah.
And win at the highest level. Whatever's been asked of him to do,
yeah,
he's done it and exceeded all expectations.
Yeah, no
so
doubt.
It's got to get to a point now where it's like, give this guy the keys.
Yeah.
And shut up. Let's I think they should just go back to keeping it simple, stupid. Turn around, hand the ball to Saquon, the guy that helped you get over the hump again, and be a champion now. And when plays need to be altered, or audibles need to be made, or any line of scrimmage adjustments or anything like that, trust number one. He's proven that he's a good decision maker.
Yeah, and remember last week, and then we can move off this topic because I don't want to get too much in the weeds with it. But remember last week I talked about Todd Monken from the Ravens, and I think I make no bones about it. Todd Monken is a bad play caller, and the reason that I think he's a bad play caller is because of situational football. He doesn't call the game appropriately for the situation. To back that point, bringing it back to the Eagles, 14-point lead in the fourth quarter, 2 rush attempts.
Smell practice.
Situational football. Yeah, I'm like, when you have a lead in the fourth quarter, you have the best running back in football. You had 2 rush attempts. He has 6 carries for the entire game. Situational football. That's all. All you got to do is play situational football. Again, I don't like to sit on the sideline. I understand that being a coach in the NFL of any, position group, coordinator, head coach, it's exponentially difficult job. I'm not trying to oversimplify your job. But the job is hard enough. When you got a 14-point lead in the fourth quarter and the best running back in football and a pretty good offensive line, just run the ball. Hey, you know what I'm saying? Let's call some runs. Let's get a good mix. You don't want to get too predictable. You don't want to get too conservative, but let's get a good mix. 2 rush attempts in the fourth quarter, like you said, that's malpractice, man. With Saquon Barkley in the backfield, I mean, it's not like he was hurt. It's not like you got, Kenneth Gainwell. I mean, no disrespect to Kenneth Gainwell. Kenneth Gainwell, don't at me, bro. I'm not trying to knock you. I'm just saying, like, Saquon Barkley is inarguably the best running back in football. He's recognized as that. When you got that, keep it simple, stupid, like you said. Turn around and hand that thing off, man. Run out the clock and get victory number 5.
Yep.
It's real simple. Man, what's going on with the Ravens, man? I understand that they had Cooper, take your time. What's the rush?
Man,
in the backfield, throwing the ball, and Lamar is likely out for at least another week. But they can't not give up damn near 40 points to whomever they play.
Yeah.
What's going on? What's happening over there?
That's the problem. The defense has been bad all year since week 1. The defense has been bad.
And they don't play situational football.
No.
When the defense is bad, run the ball.
Yep.
Like, it could be so simple. Like, keep the defense on the sideline and run the ball. I'm not saying you don't have to throw it at all, but run the ball control offense, underneath throws, a lot of boot action, a lot of slide in the pocket, a lot of dump downs, a lot of throwing it to the tight end. You got Mark Andrews, you know what I'm saying? I'm just like, Todd Monken is a bad play caller.
Well, I mean, it just goes to show you how much Todd Monken leans on Lamar Jackson
of course.
Just, here, help me.
Yeah, that's the thing.
And without him, they look lost.
Of course.
And I get it. I mean,
yeah, I mean, he's a great.
The fall off.
Yeah,
you know, in terms
from
of
Lamar to
ability
Cooper
and
Rush. I
playmaking,
mean,
from Lamar Jackson to Cooper Rush
I mean,
is, drastic.
That's a drop from a Bugatti to a Honda Accord. I
Right.
mean, that's
a 93.
Yeah, exactly right. Like you can still get to work, but but you ain't gonna be happy on your ride.
Yeah,
you know,
hope it's a hybrid schedule.
Exactly. Yeah, like.
Yeah, you don't want to put that thing out on the road 5 days a week.
No,
not on these roads.
Nah.
But you know, so I mean, I get that part of it.
Yeah.
But still, you still have to be able to, you know, put together a functional offense with Lamar not being there. But to your point, that does not excuse the defense to just be a matador weekly.
No, I mean, no. Listen, the defense is an embarrassment at this point. I have no idea what they can do about that. Because now Matabike is out for the year.
Yeah.
I think they're going to get Van Noy back at some point. He was their leading sack man last year. I mean, if I was them, I would be calling Miami about Calais Campbell.
Yeah, because I mean, when's the next win coming?
Well, not this week, not against the Rams. I mean, they got a pretty soft schedule, and then they got a bye week after the Rams. They should get Lamar back, and then the schedule is fairly soft after that. But, yeah, I mean, listen, it's still the NFL. You still got to play football, and other teams are going to put offenses out there, and your defense can't stop anybody.
And then with Lamar, I think Lamar, to me, has, you know, shown the temperament to where if he's not ready, he's not gonna come back.
No, I don't.
You know,
think
he's not gonna rush himself back for the sake of John Harbaugh's ego, or you know the chirpings about any job security issues he might have. At least I don't think he will.
And furthermore, because of how dependent they are on him and on him to make a lot of plays with his legs, he can't be rushed back with a hamstring.
Right.
You can't, you know, it's not as if he's Jared Goff and you just need him to stand in the pocket and make throws. Lamar Jackson has to be Lamar Jackson. A lot is made of the fact that he has the highest quarterback rating, the highest career quarterback rating in NFL history. Well, much of that is because of RPOs, read options, what he can do with his legs, because linebackers have to hold. They have to basically hold at that middle level because he is a threat to take off every single time.
Right.
So he's got big gaping gaps back in that in the zone, you know, right between the safety, the defensive backfield, and the linebacker level. So he's you know, making wide open throws. He's playing pitch and catch most of the time.
Right.
So if he's not a threat to take off, and he turns into just a regular drop back passer, he's not Lamar Jackson.
I agree, but what I'm saying is, what if again Harbaugh starts to hear the chatter after the bye week? He's not quite ready.
No, I agree. Lamar is not going to get back on the field until he's Lamar.
Yeah, I don't think he goes.
And and by the way, I don't think it helps if he gets out there and he's not Lamar.
Right, because
Lamar Jackson as a pocket. I mean, no disrespect to Lamar, but Lamar Jackson as a pocket passer is Cooper Rush.
Yeah,
like if
it ain't much better.
Yeah, if he can't run, I mean, you might as well leave Cooper Rush out there and let him get all the way back to being Lamar Jackson.
That's fair.
You know, Lamar Jackson is the thing that makes Lamar Jackson dynamic is the fact that he can take off on you at any time.
Yes,
you have RPO, you got read option. The linebackers have to stand there basically for 5 seconds while you decide what he's going to do with his legs.
Right.
And that gives him the ability to have big, wide open gaps in the back of that zone. If Lamar Jackson is just going to be a pocket passer, you might as well let him get healthy. So, I agree with you.
Yeah,
I think we believe the same thing.
I think he sits out and chills and say, screw you, figure it out.
Of course. Yeah.
Because what ended up happening is he goes out there, he gets hurt.
Yeah, because
and then now the coach can say, "Well, I didn't have Lamar for 6 weeks."
To your point, and I think to what I'm saying, Lamar knows what I just said. Nobody knows that better than Lamar.
Right.
Lamar knows he needs his legs, and he needs them to be at 100%
for sure
in order to be Lamar. He like, I'm not Lamar without these legs.
Yeah.
These legs got to work, and they got to work well. So no, he's not. I agree with you. He ain't coming back out there if he doesn't feel like he can be at least 90% of Lamar Jackson.
Let's hope to God he doesn't.
Yeah. But so man, you know what? We will touch on the ALDS a little bit, man, because this is a Detroit-based podcast. Our Tigers are in the mix.
Yeah, man.
Just forced a game 5 on Friday at the Seattle Mariners, man. A rousing game today.
Yeah.
We snatched victory from the jaws of defeat, down 3-0, and then had a big rally in the 5th. Sixth. Yeah, excuse me. Had a big rally in the 6th and ended up winning 9-3?
Mm-hmm.
You know, and now all of a sudden, man, got the best pitcher in the major leagues, taking the bump on Friday. And I believe Tarek Skubal is going to be Tarek Skubal and get us to the ALCS.
He better.
Yeah, I agree.
He better.
I agree, man. This is why you have a Tarek Skubal. But I don't know if you have any additional thoughts on that, man.
The Tigers, I'm so over them. the cardiac cats. Because they're not about to drive me crazy, man. These dudes, like, where were these bats the entire month of August?
Listen, man, I told you.
I mean,
AJ Hinch got a rabbit's foot up his behind.
AJ Hinch, if that man isn't universally regarded as the best manager in baseball in terms of doing the most with the least,
hey,
I have no clue who you guys think it is, because he is like single-handedly just making decisions that have kept this team afloat and confident enough to even get in this position to have the 6th inning that they had.
Yeah, listen,
because
bro.
I mean, we've sat through Cecil and Prince Fielder, the corpse of Miguel Cabrera. I mean, and they still haven't done at the plate what Riley Green has done at times this season.
Yeah, no, man.
But today, when we needed it,
454 foot home run.
That thing shot off of his
I'm
bat.
like, what in the world?
I mean, that thing shot off of his bat. And then, to follow it up with Torque. Torque's had a couple of games now where he's had some timely at bats.
Yeah, actually. I don't know what happened because the bats looked dead.
No.
And then they
were getting booed.
Came to life, yeah.
They were getting booed. Rightfully so, because they were stinking it up.
Yeah, like the bats just came
to life. They were stinking it up. But, going back to last year, I guess that's the identity of this team. They are, they are a cardiac roller coaster. That's just what they're going to be. They are just going to be seismic. Yeah, that's just who they are. As for Friday, Scuba's got to be dialed in. Yeah, I wouldn't. If I was betting, I wouldn't bet on those bats traveling. I hope they do, but I wouldn't bet on it. That's just haven't been the smart money lately for this team. But if you go with averages, you figure if they are coming out of a trough, maybe they're on the upswing collectively for one night.
I think that I heard the Mariners manager say that we've handled Skubal all year. He said that verbatim.
He's 0-3.
Yeah.
So he's right.
But you don't handle the best pitcher in baseball 4 straight times. That's not good. You would have liked for him to have handled you at least one of them times,
right?
And then you feel better. 4 straight times handling the best pitcher in baseball, it's not likely,
right?
So,
but I'm telling you, with this team in the playoffs, I've seen some of the weirdest things happen. Imaginable.
You're right. I listen. I agree with you.
Right.
Baseball in general is that way. baseball in general is a strange. It's a strange game, but I don't know, man. I got a feeling that we gonna get the good Scooble on Friday.
I mean,
He's gonna be unhittable, and
I have way more faith in Scooble than I do that the hitting that we had today traveling with us. That's just me.
Yeah, I think we only gonna need 2 or 3 runs
because the Mariners bullpen, let's not sleep.
Yep, and I think all we gonna need to do with the Mariners starter is just make him work. Yeah. Foul off a lot, make him work, and get to the bullpen. Get to the bullpen as early as possible. Let Scooble be Scooble. Let him deal. If we can get 6, 7.
I need 7 out of Scooble.
I want 7. Yeah, 7. I want 7 strong, 12 strikeouts.
Pause, but yeah.
Yeah, right. Yep. And get to that Mariners bullpen. I think we only gonna need maybe 2 or 3 runs. We ain't gonna need a bunch of.
Yeah, that's been the trend of the series. I mean, today, like I said, with a breakout, offensively for us, which was long overdue.
Yeah.
So, like I said, fingers crossed that the bats travel. But like I said, I'm confident in Scooble. And I got my fingers crossed at the plate.
AJ Hinch gonna pull a rabbit out the hat, man. He gonna figure something out, man. Because dude is just. He's like that, man.
Best manager in baseball.
Let's transition, man, into some college football.
Okay.
And let's talk about your favorite college football coach, Mr. James Franklin.
Hey, man.
From the Penn State Nittany Lions.
Hey, man.
Did you see Keegan?
Oh, running out on the field.
Dressed like James Franklin. Running the kids out on the field.
That was hilarious.
That was funny. He looked just like him too.
Yeah, I had to squint, and I was like, "Oh, okay, that's this fool."
Going out to UCLA, man, and taking a second straight loss. Is that not the most James Franklin thing to do, man? I mean, listen, don't get no expectations to James Franklin.
Nah, bro. That was, they were dominated.
Yeah.
The score
from the word go.
They were dominated. I think they gave up like over 400 yards of offense.
Yeah.
Over 250 rush yards. They were like almost doubled up on time of possession.
And I had to go. I'm like, who UCLA got?
Exactly.
I had to go and look up they players.
UCLA played like a Penn State style game versus Penn State. Ball dominant, in terms of controlling the clock.
Yeah.
Running the ball forcefully at will. And it was nothing that they could do about it. And it's obvious that now that out on the West Coast, they are reeling from squandering it at home against Oregon.
Yeah.
And, what could have been a bounce back win.
Yeah.
Is now another L.
Is it time to let James Franklin go if you at Penn State? Or is Penn State just a mediocre, program? Do they just accept mediocrity?
I think it's a combination of both. I think if you can fire James Franklin, but who do you get?
Right. Yeah, I have no idea who Penn's, who would want to go to Penn State, who's a Penn State
who do they
guy.
Appeal to outside of their fan base?
Yeah. And I think that the reluctance in letting James Franklin go is that he has tremendous players. He does recruit extremely well. He just can't coach in these situations.
And he's a 9 to 10 win guy.
Yeah, he can beat everybody but the great teams. And the problem is that there's just more great teams in the Big Ten now. It used to just be Michigan and Ohio State. He would beat everybody not named Michigan and Ohio State. Problem is now you got Oregon in the conference. USC is hanging out now. UCLA, could potentially be good. Right. Nebraska is hanging out. So now you have potentially more teams that could be solid, that could be good all the time. So now where you would be a 2-loss team every year, that might turn into 4 because Now you got to see Oregon every year. Now you got to see Michigan every year. Now you got to see Ohio State every year. That you pencil in 3 losses because you can't win no big games. So, I don't know, man. I think that if I'm Penn State, man, and I want my program to be next level, I might really have to start looking at, moving on from James Franklin.
I mean, like I said, I wouldn't be opposed to it. I'm sure many in the Penn State fan base would be opposed to it at this point.
Mm-hmm.
But again, it's like who's out there? Who wants that job?
I know. I mean, listen, it's a great college football job in the sense that Pennsylvania does have really good college football. I mean, good high school football. I should say
loyal fan base.
Yeah, and it's got really good high school football.
Mm-hmm.
It's a really good high school football region. You can reach over into Ohio a little bit. You can reach down into Virginia.
Yeah.
Virginia's got fantastic high school football. The Tidewater area has,
Jersey.
Yeah, right. Yeah, it has produced some fantastic athletes. So, Michael Vick and Allen Iverson, and you know what I'm saying? Like, it's just the list goes on and on and on.
Bad news, VA.
Yeah. So I mean, but like you said, college football coaching is a different animal.
Yeah. Ask Bill Belichick.
I was just getting ready to transition into the Bill Belichick topic.
I have a fun fact real quick.
Go ahead, man.
For the week. 2000 Alabama, 2012 USC, 2010 Texas, 2005 Oklahoma.
What do they all have in common?
They all started in the top 7.
Mm-hmm.
They all finished unranked.
Okay.
They all lost to UCLA.
Oh, wow.
Wow.
That's a good fact right there. Good tidbit. So UCLA is the giant killer.
Yeah, they're just a spoiler. It's just like they will gut you on the way down.
Wow. But speaking of Bill Belichick, man, and then we'll talk about Arch Manning. Whatever there's left to talk about, because he will be back at Texas next year.
Yeah, ain't no doubt about that.
Much to the chagrin of Steve Sarkisian.
You know what? We'll talk about it, but
what's going on with Bill Belichick, man? Is it just that they got 50 new players in the transfer portal and he needs time to coach them up, get them acclimated, get team chemistry? Or is it that Bill Belichick is just not built for college football? What say you?
I'm trying to think, how can I say this respectfully?
I mean, this is Everybody Has One. We don't necessarily have to be respectful.
Bill, sit your ass down. Just sit your ass down. Just stop. He had a nice thing going on with the detail with Peyton Manning and breaking down the schemes and the plays and players. And also, I think he was on Inside the NFL for a couple of seasons with Ocho and Ryan Clark and a couple of other guys, breaking down the game and showing people that, he's more than, just a hood. He's got a little personality. He's got the 24-year-old girlfriend that can, rub his comb over. Do that, man. But the coaching, listen, life without Tom Brady and without taping teams' practices and, deflated footballs aren't good for Bill Belichick. They're just not. And it's not going to get any better. And it's going to get to the point now where all of the detractors and all of the argument points against Belichick will just become more and more enlarged.
Yeah.
The longer he goes about doing this. I mean, you've got fans walking out in the second quarter. I mean, it's embarrassing. And it's going to get worse before it gets better.
Yeah.
Who's he gonna recruit? Like whose living room or whose couch Because it's going to get to a point where he's not going to be able to have the cachet of I'm Bill Belichick, come to my school, because it's going to get to a point where the kids will be like, yeah, that's cool, dog. Where Tom Brady at?
Yeah, I mean, and to your point, because that's where I was going with the recruiting. I mean, God love him, man. Bill Belichick has the personality of a paper plate. The guy is not going to entice anybody to come to his school without the checkbook. Now, the good news is that you can actually take the checkbook now,
Right.
So I guess recruiting is not what it once was, where you had to be Mr. Personality and go in and entice everybody to come to your school with promises. And listen, you can go in and say, look, man, you the #1 recruit. I got the bag.
Yeah.
We got a big bag of money for you, man. Just come on down to North Carolina. And I suppose you could build a recruiting base that way.
Yeah, but Michigan's got the bag, and
Yeah.
Oregon's got the bag.
That's true.
And Miami's got the bag.
That's true. Yeah, right. So it just depends on how much they have allocated to the program and how much you want to put into the program, because this is what it's going to come down to.
Yeah. Okay.
You know what I'm saying? Like, I think but I agree with you. I'm like, right. Why would you want to go play for Bill Belichick rather than play for Dan Lanning?
Right.
Out at Oregon, where you're going to have beautiful facilities. You're going to play in a great system and a great offense. You're going to be competing for national championships every year. Or at Michigan, where, Sharon Moore is going to have you competing for national championships every year. A younger coach that's more relatable. Yeah, I mean, I listen. I'm with you.
Right. No. Right. I mean, we're saying the same thing, but it's just crazy to me, because it's just like, I think what North Carolina was thinking when they brought him there was like, I'm pretty sure they thought the same things that we did, where this guy can't really sell much of anything, but what he can sell,
his name
is his name and his resume.
Right.
But if you've turned in a resume to get a job, and if you are dumb enough to put your last 3 jobs on there, and your last 3 jobs you got fired for, like being an idiot or or underperforming, then the people that look at your resume are gonna be like, we're not interested. You get what I'm saying? And the more that he loses, the cachet that came from the winning that he did earlier, or in that middle part of his career, or the peak of his career coaching wise, it doesn't hit the same. Because I mean, these kids, they weren't a good idea in 2003, 4, 5, 6, 7. And it's been, I mean, hell, how many years has it been since they won in New England a Super Bowl? What's it, 7 years?
That's a good question.
7 years, 8 years.
You saying he's the Russell Wilson of coaching? Is it getting there?
Well, I mean, think about it.
Yeah, no, you're right.
When Tom Brady left, there wasn't any argument about who the GOAT was in terms of, a head coach in football.
Yeah, no, I mean,
and like,
I still stand by that.
And now, most people will still say it, but I'm saying, as this continues, like you can't go to college football and stink it up, bro. You can't have 10 lost seasons in college football coming from the NFL.
I agree.
And also reeling from the fact that once Tom Brady left, you went 29-38 and only had 1 playoff appearance in 4 years. I mean, one playoff appearance. Went 1-1 in 4 years, and Tom Brady went 1-1.
Yeah.
And then your life before that is worse than that. We're talking like 89 and 104 without Brady over 12 years. So it's like, you don't want people to start putting a magnifying glass on things like that.
Yeah.
So that's my thing, where if you're North Carolina, it's like, how long do we let this go on? Like, did we get duped?
I mean, yeah, like I don't know that it's time for North Carolina to start questioning the coaching hire decision, because it's very early in his tenure. But everything else you said is 100% valid. I think that his coaching legacy and the conversation around his coaching legacy is very much so on the table. It's like, bro, can this guy actually coach outside of that very controlled situation that was there in New England, where it was a great organization, the personnel was very much so under control.
Yeah, bro.
You know, everything was, and then he was able to cook in that kitchen. You know, but
because you had Josh McDaniels, you had Eric Mangini pretty much doing all the offense,
and even early, he wasn't doing the player personnel. Late, when he started doing the player personnel, even that wasn't good. Like, he wasn't even getting good player personnel when he took over the entire operation. So no, I think, like I said, everything you said, like, I don't know, like, it's only a few games into his North Carolina coaching career, so but there's time.
Yeah, but they're getting whooped by 30 every time they play a Power 4 team.
It's pretty embarrassing.
And these ain't even like, you know, apex Power 4 teams that he's playing. Like, we're talking TCU, UCF, and I mean, they're getting throttled, bro.
They're getting hammered. Yes.
So, I mean, and then again, he's not a young guy. So it's like, how big is the window for him to turn it around? If you talking about, okay, we're going to build a program. And it's money to throw around. And, you know, these guys know that they can hop, skip, and jump and go get the money elsewhere.
Well, yeah, I mean, these guys should.
Good.
Yeah,
for sure.
You need a new crop. But, man, let's talk about Arch Manning, man. I want to touch on his performance because the bloom is off that rose. He struggled again, as I knew he would, and struggled to move the ball in meaningful situations against Florida. He did get it going a little bit late, but he's holding the ball. He can't see it. He's still struggling with the basic throws, as I figured that he would. You know, to his credit, he's getting a little bit better, I think, but this is not, it's not good.
No.
I'm like, it's not good. It's not good. And, you know, certainly he's not the number one pick in the draft that everybody was selling us on at the beginning of the year.
Number one pick in the draft.
Yeah, he'll be back at Texas.
If Texas wants him back, he may not even start at Texas next year.
Listen, what did I ask last week?
Like he needs to start looking at 2028.
What did I ask last week? I said, who's the backup at Texas?
Yeah, bro, if you're Texas.
Because is Steve Sarkisian going to let him sink this season for him?
It's cooked.
Because Steve Sarkisian standing there talking about a lot of teams gonna go to Ohio State in the swamp and lose. My man, you was preseason ranked number 1.
Yeah.
I don't want to hear that. No. Nobody cares about your excuses. And by the way, the losing has not who you gonna beat. That's what I want to know. Yeah. Who you gonna beat with this quarterback play, my boy? Yeah. Where y'all going and getting the W? I said that then. When we did the over-under on the 10.5. Under. Who they going to beat? Who they gonna beat, man, with him standing back there looking like Bambi in the headlights?
Yeah.
And he can't make a basic throw. He can't throw an over route. I'm like, who's he beating? This is major college football. This the SEC. He ain't in the Big 12 no more. I mean, who's he gonna beat? I'm looking for the wins on the schedule. Kansas ain't walking through that door. This the SEC. Even if he can draw a team like Arkansas. Arkansas got playmakers. Arkansas got speed. You're going to have to be able to put some points on the board and enough points on the board to keep an Arkansas team at bay. Who's he beating?
None of them.
He can't make basic throws. This is what I'm saying. This is his 3rd year in the program. What he been doing all this time? Combing his hair?
No, acting like he's going to be going number 1 in the 2026 NFL draft.
Everybody been gassing him up. Stop it.
That's what it was.
And Colin Cowherd picked a Texas Penn State national championship game. I laughed when he said that.
Yeah.
I laughed when he said that preseason. I'm like, first of all, James Franklin ain't winning big games.
Colin Cowherd blowing them strong.
Right.
James Franklin winning a big game en route to the biggest game.
Yeah, I'm like, James Franklin ain't winning no big games, bro. Stop it. But anyway, man, let's talk a little bit of Michigan, man. A little bit of Michigan State, I guess, man. I won't bore you with too much Michigan State. Went to Nebraska. We kept it close for, like 2.5, 3 quarters, man. I actually was holding out a little hope we can get something going, but alas, the defense showed up and did not show out.
Right.
Got slapped on. Michigan rolled though. They played a good game. That's pretty much. I feel like Michigan is gonna do well this season anyway. Let me take a peek at a schedule while we talking about them.
Yeah, man, Michigan, I think they got a star on their hands with one Justice Haynes. Bro.
Yeah, Justice Haynes a beast, man.
I mean, this kid is,
24-10 over Wisconsin. Yeah, I mean, Wisconsin stinks.
First Michigan back ever. You think of all the backs that have been to Michigan, like the Dogs, the Biaka Batukas, the
Tyrone Wheatley,
the Ty Wheatleys, the Perrys, the Ricky Powers,
Anthony Thomas,
A-Train,
A-Train,
Anthony Thomas.
Anthony Thomas.
I mean, dude, and to be the first one to have 5 consecutive games of 100 yards, and I still think they hold him back.
Yeah, I know.
You get what I'm saying? Like they hold him back, and for him to be the first guy to do that, and to make it relatively look easy.
Yeah,
I mean, I think the kid's a star. And I mean, Bryce, there's slow improvements that I'm seeing. It was good to see them start to, finally use some of the weapons on the outside a little bit more. I hope that kind of continues.
Yep.
That as the season goes on, that they expand the playbook while also, featuring Haynes more. Because I mean, as the weather gets colder, I trust him with the ball in his hands. I mean, he seems to be physical.
And it seems only right for Michigan to run the football.
For sure.
What I'm saying? Like
for sure.
That's their identity.
It's
right?
Absolutely, especially like late in second half.
Yeah.
They kind of just bludgeon you to death slowly. And he seems to be capable to do that.
Mm-hmm.
And yeah, it's interesting to see what they do.
Absolutely, man. So you switching to Hennessy VSOP, man, based upon the decision too.
Oh my Lord. And he's got his own bottle.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
Yeah, it's the King James bottle.
Yeah, man. How you like that announcement?
I mean, man, I was really hoping that he was announcing that this was going to be the last season we had to endure his insufferableness. I was really hoping. I was like, but I didn't see that coming per se. And the more I thought about it, I kind of figured like, well, maybe he's announcing that this is going to be his last season. I didn't think he was going to announce right then on the spot he was quitting, like Jordan did the first time.
Yeah,
when he went to go play baseball, where he did it like right before the preseason.
Mm-hmm.
But I thought he was going to announce that this was going to be his last season.
Yeah,
as opposed to doing like a Deer basketball.
Yeah, I mean, because he's going on a farewell tour
for sure, and rightfully so.
He wants that, absolutely,
rightfully so.
Listen, I mean, 23 years in the league and all that he's done and the level that he's played, despite how he irks the living hell out of me, he gets a farewell tour, and it's LeBron you can't really hate on it. Is again, inarguably, in my opinion, a top 3 greatest player of all time. I have him number 2. If you have him as your GOAT, that's whatever. I don't argue with that. But
you're wrong, but okay. But
yeah, I mean, I would disagree with that, but it's cool. I mean, cool. It's an opinion. But to me, you know, like we were talking about it when Prince was alive. Prince would not allow his music to be used in commercials. You know what I'm saying? Like you weren't gonna, you know, see no Dove commercial. Like this is what it smells like with Dove soap. You know what I'm saying? Like you weren't gonna hear that on no commercial because Prince respected his art and he respected his fans. And he was
could have made a lot of money.
He could have, but he was like, you know,
in the 80s. Oh man,
how much money do you need though? He like, I got enough money and I respect my art and I respect my fans. So yeah, I mean, you could, you know, of course, there's always a check out there to get, and you know, then you got, you know, like you got certain musical acts, and you got certain personalities. They'll sell you anything. They'll sell you a coffee mug. They'll sell you a pair of gym shoes, a pair of socks, a visor, anything with their name on it. You know, because they don't, you know, in my opinion, that you know they willing to bilk the fans out of any couple of dollars that they can get. And I'm just like, you know, this is corny because LeBron don't need, you know, and I don't want to count the brothers' pockets, and I love to see brothers getting paid. But I'm like, it seems to me that this was corny and in poor taste because, you know, do you really need the money that bad? I mean, you know, like just shoot an ad campaign for Hennessy VSOP.
You know,
this was just goofy. It was like, I'm gonna sit down. I got a decision. Like, man, this is goofball behavior.
Yeah, I'm really getting mad that you're making me put this much thought towards it because I really didn't. Once I saw it, I was just.
I'm just saying, like,
I was like, oh, he not retired. Like once I seen him come out with the, you know, with the shirt and my man doing it, I'm like,
I was almost 100% sure he wasn't announcing his retirement.
I was like, oh, okay. And then after that, I just really didn't think about it no more. It's like, because it's kind of par for the course for this dude. You know what I mean? He does extra stuff.
Like, I'm like, but I mean, come on. Yeah, that was goofball.
It's kind of, you know.
But I mean, you know, listen, I don't dislike LeBron. I'm not mad at LeBron. I don't dislike him because he did it. I just, you know, it's a little disappointing.
But it was just, like I said, it just was.
It was a little disappointing. It was like a word for Hennessy too. I mean, no knock on Hennessy. If y'all want to advertise here on Everybody Has One, please feel free. I've enjoyed a Hennessy in my time, but I'm just saying, like, you know, like at some point, man, just say, look, I'll do an ad campaign, man. I don't want to troll my fans. You know, I don't want to troll people and have people angsty, you know, they're thinking that I'm gonna announce my retirement. I am close to the end, so
got people paying $800 for last game of the season.
Last game of the season tickets,
and then they drop 80% the next day.
I mean, that you know what I'm saying? Like, you know, just look, man.
That fan's an idiot, by the way.
Yeah, but I'm saying, but be a little bit aware. I mean, think about somebody other than yourself. Be a little bit aware that other people could be impacted by you doing something like that. And maybe say, you know what? How about we handle it in a different way that makes more sense for
because
other people.
LeBron likes to remind you who's in control.
Of course,
he likes to Piper people's emotions. That's why he does things like this.
Yes, I agree.
What we have here right now, I'm sure if you go to YouTube right now, there are plenty of, in a nutshell, F you LeBron for pump faking us videos about this Hennessy commercial, and that's why he does it. I mean, that is, to me, again, I'll always say his single greatest ability has been able to manipulate and control the narrative and a narrative around him. It is his greatest skill.
And on that note, man, remember to continue to like, share, and subscribe, man. That is Everybody Has the #1 sports podcast on YouTube. Everybody Has One podcast everywhere else, man. That's Facebook, that's Instagram, that's TikTok, that's Twitch. Man, y'all meet us back here next Wednesday at 8 p.m. or as close as we can get to it, man. That's on YouTube Live.
CP time.
And remember, man, if y'all want to hear us talk about or discuss any topic, man, make sure y'all hit one of them social sites. Hit us in the DM, man. We check them DMs all the time. And we'll be sure to try to get that topic on for you, man. We appreciate y'all for tuning in to us, man. We appreciate y'all for propagating all of the content, sharing all of the content. talking to your friends about all of the content, man. And we love y'all, man. Thanks to the Everybody Has One family, man. Y'all make all of this possible. It's much appreciated. We'll see y'all next time.